Max Emilian Verstappen was born on September 30, 1997 in Hasselt in Belgium. But if you think this is just the story of a kid who loved racing, you would be wrong. Max was born into it. His father, Jos Verstappen, was already a name in the world of Formula 1, a Dutch driver who had shared the grid with legends like Michael Schumacher. Aggressive, ambitious and uncompromising, Jos had learned what it took to reach F1 and what it took to stay there. His mother, Sofia Kamben, was a karting star herself. Her technical understanding of racing and raw speed ran deep. So when Max was born, the question was never if he would race, it was when. The moment came sooner than anyone expected. At just 4 years old, Max stepped into a go-kart for the first time. While other kids were watching cartoons or playing with toy cars, Max was already learning about the tire pressure, braking points and racing lines. Just didn't treat it like a game. From very beginning, he approached Max's development like a professional project.
As soon as I started training, everybody went to the cafeteria. There was just one car going round and round in the rain, and that was Max. As long as his fingers weren't completely frozen, he had to drive.
Karting became their entire life. Josh would prepare the cars himself, meticulously tuning every detail. They traveled all over Europe in a van, racing nearly every weekend. Rain or shine, school break or not, Max was out there racing, learning, pushing. It wasn't easy. Josh was extremely demanding. There were no shortcuts, no trophies for participation. If Max made a mistake, Josh would let him know, loudly. At times, it was harsh, but the pressure forged something rare. A teenager with the instinct of a seasoned pro and the mental toughness of a veteran. By the age of 7, Max was already dominating in the Belgian and Dutch karting circuits. The way he read races, his timing on overtakes and his ability to adapt to changing conditions, these were traits far beyond his years. As he moved into international karting, things only got more intense. Max entered the world of CIK FIA Championship, the top tier of karting globally. In 2010, at the age of just 12, he was racing against kids 2, 3, even 5 years older and still winning. By 2013, the results were impossible to ignore. That year, Max won the VSK Euro Series, the European KF Championship, and the KZ World Championship. Let me be clear, the KZ class is the most elite level of karting in the world, and he didn't just win, he dominated. During those years, Max and Josh practically lived on the road. They slept in vans, ate at tracks, and spent hours breaking down telemetry and data. Josh was building a complete driver, not just someone who could go fast, but someone who could understand racing both mentally and technically. It wasn't just about raw talent. Max studied how tires behave, he knew how to find grip in wet conditions when others were sliding off, and more than anything, he hated losing. That competitive fire burned in him from day one, and in karting, it became his identity. Every race was a war, and Max didn't just want to win, he wanted to break his rivals' spirits. If he could overtake, he would. If he had to fight wheel to wheel, he didn't blink. The attitude, that intensity followed him from the karting track straight into the world of single-seater. But it was during those formative years, behind the helmet, under the tough love of his father, on cold mornings in empty paddocks, that Max Verstappen was truly made. By the time he left karting, he wasn't just a fast teenager. He was fully formed racing machine, ready to take on the world. Karting isn't always glamorized, but for Max it was everything. It taught him how to fight, how to think, how to handle pressure, and most importantly, it taught him how to win. racing drivers climbed the ladder slowly, spending years in Formula 4, Formula 3 and 2, Max Verstappen didn't bother with tradition. He went from karting straight into Formula 3, and after just one season, he was in Formula 1. He never raced in Formula 2, never needed to. In 2014, he was tearing up the European F3 grid. 10 wins in a row, raw speed, relentless aggression, and a racing IQ well beyond his years. Scouts were stunned. He wasn't just fast, he was built for racing. Red Bull saw it, they weren't going to wait. In 2015, at only 17 years old, Max Verstappen made his Formula 1 debut with Toro Rosso. He became the youngest F1 driver in history, and just like that, a new era had begun. He didn't ease into it, he attacked from race 1. Brave overtakes, last second lunges, calculated chaos. Everyone knew this kid was different. By 2016, Red Bull promoted him to the main team, replacing Daniel Kvyat mid-season. What happened next shocked the world. At the Spanish Grand Prix, his first race for Red Bull Racing, Max won.
At 18 years and 227 days old, Max Verstappen wins a Formula 1 Grand Prix, wins the Spanish Grand Prix.
At just 18 years old, he became the youngest Grand Prix winner of all time, and he was just getting started. In the years that followed, Max became the centerpiece of Red Bull's future. His aggressive driving style, unmatched confidence, and refusal to back down made him a nightmare for anyone on track, and a dream for fans. He didn't play politics, he didn't care about status, whatever he was racing a rookie or a world champion. Max raced everyone the same, hard. For a while, Red Bull didn't have the car to fight for titles. But Max never stopped pushing, never stopped believing. Then came 2021.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, a continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race and that's a big crash! It's wheel to wheel, Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed!
Finally, Red Bull gave him the machine to match his talents. After a season of breathtaking wheel-to-wheel battles and controversial clashes, it all came down to the final race in Abu Dhabi. And on the very last lap, Max Verstappen made a move that would define his career. He took the lead from Lewis Hamilton, he took the win, and most importantly, he took the World Championship. 24 years old, the kid who skipped F2 and rewrote every rule of how to make it in Formula 1 stood on the top of the world. After that unforgettable night in Abu Dhabi, many wondered if Max could win it again. He didn't just do it again, he dominated. In 2022, 2023 and 2024, Verstappen turned Formula 1 into his playground, breaking records, winning with ease, leading almost every lap of race every weekend. What once was a fight became a reign. The kid who skipped Formula 2, who was told he was too young, too aggressive, too reckless, became the face of a new F1 era.